Let's take this across to our guest joining us. Colonel Denny, retired defense analyst, is with us. We also have with us Ashwini Handa, who's a senior Congress leader in Jammu and Kashmir. But let me begin with Dr. Ramesh Raina, president of the All India Kashmiri Samaj. Dr. Ramesh Raina, certainly a very, very disturbing situation where we are seeing visuals of dozens of families that have been forced to flee from the Kashmir Valley and are moving towards Jammu. They are, of course, demanding, including the government employees, that they be transferred to Jammu. But really, the big question is, what can we expect in terms of concrete action from the government at this point of time, because clearly the killings are continuing on a day-to-day basis?
First of all, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak from this platform. The situation this time is a crisis situation. It's not a normal law and order situation. It's not normal terrorism, or it's not normal military action. See, it is a jihad. It is a jihadi terrorism going on in the valley of Kashmir. And the most expected of the government, administration and others is that they have to take concrete steps, confidence building measures, and also to instill a sense of security and in the minority community of Kashmiri Pandits. A small minority of 6,000 Kashmiri Pandits there are suffering from a deep sense of threat perception. Not only that, let me go a few notches higher up. It's a war against the state of India. Therefore, It is the state of India and the might of India which is at stake. The question is that whatever has been done today, we appreciate it. But a first question from my side is that is it enough to instill the confidence in the threat-stricken Kashmiri Pandit minorities who are leaving? Because if we allow them to leave because of insecurity, it is a great setback to the whole process that was initiated on 5th August 2019 when Kashmir was integrated with the rest of the country as a normal state.
Well, absolutely.
Not only that.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Complete your point. Complete your point. Quickly, sir.
Well-oiled path constituency in the valley of Kashmir, thriving, living and kicking. Not only that, we have a well-oiled anti-India constituency, thriving and kicking.
Well, let me quickly bring in Ashwini Handa on that note. Ashwini Handa, certainly you can ask questions of the government. The government is accountable. There is no doubt about it that the government has to answer. There is a high-level meeting happening in the national capital as well. But what about those who have been in complete denial about the existence of the genocide? What exactly is happening now, sir? And how can anyone justify what is happening to Kashmiri Pandits now in the Kashmir Valley?
बात ऐसे है कि जिस तरह से सरकार ने शांति का गुब्बारा फुलाया था ना, उसकी पूरी तरह से हवा निकल चुकी है, वो फट चुका है। और आज जिस तरह की स्थितियां कश्मीर के अंदर बनी हैं, उसकी जिम्मेदार मौजूदा सरकार है। और सरकार सिर्फ चाय पे चर्चा, संवेदनाएं और चेतावनियों से आगे नहीं बढ़ पाई है पिछले 8 सालों में। पाकिस्तान को चेतावनी और उसके बाद फिर वही टाइम किल करने का जो है वो कार्यक्रम किया जाता है। सच्चाई है कि आज कश्मीर के अंदर जिस तरीके से कश्मीरी पंडितों और गैर कश्मीरियों का हत्याएं हो रही हैं, उसकी जिम्मेदार सरकार है, सरकार की गलत नीतियां हैं। आज जो आतंकवादी पहले पुलिस और सेना से लड़ता था, वो आज सीधा उन लोगों को निशाना बना रहा है जो गैर कश्मीरी है, या गैर जो है वो हिंदू हैं, जहां गैर और किसी मजहब से आए हुए हैं, प्रवासी मजदूर है। तो ये शिफ्ट का कारण जो है वो मिलिटेंसी का जो है वो लोगों पे आना, ये इस बात का सूचक है कि सरकार पूरी तरह से फेल हो चुकी है। जो 317 हटाया गया और उसके बाद लोगों को इंसिक्योरिटी और आइडेंटिटी की चिंता सताने लगी, और उसकी वजह से आज जो निशाना बनाया जा रहा है कश्मीरी पंडितों को, वो एक ही कारण है कि
लेकिन अश्विनी जी, ये भी लोग कहेंगे कि जो टेररिस्ट ये कर रहे हैं, क्या ये टेररिस्ट टारगेट हिंदुओं को इसलिए नहीं कर रहे क्योंकि उनके धर्म के आधार पर टारगेट किया जा रहा है? लेट मी ब्रिंग इन कर्नल डेनी। तो फिर क्या है सर ये?
देखिए, सुनिए, अगर धर्म के आधार पर किया जाता तो फिर वो मुस्लिम पुलिस वालों को नहीं मारते, मुस्लिम
तो उन मुस्लिम पुलिस वालों को और उन मुसलमानों को मारा जा रहा है जो भारत के सपोर्ट में बात करते हैं। ये काफी क्लियर है।
देखिए, मैं यही आपको समझाना चाहता हूं और देश को समझाना चाहता हूं कि आज हम मिलिटेंसी का जो मोडस ऑपरेंडी है वो चेंज हो गया है। पहले वो पुलिस और सेना से लड़ता था, अब सीधा जो है।
Let me bring in Colonel Denny. Colonel Denny, modus operandi has changed. Here is a person who is refusing to acknowledge or at least a spade for a spade.
Absolutely, Madhav. At the outset, my thoughts are with those innocent, harmless, weaponless people who have been brutally killed at the behest of some cowards across the border. Now, there is no doubt that there is a systematic plan being unleashed in Kashmir for creating such kind of unrest, and we knew that this was going to come. Why? The reasons are many. The first and the foremost reason was that nothing spectacular happened after Article 370 was abolished. Everybody expected a Salab being coming into Kashmir. Nothing happened. There was a relative peace. For the last, the tourist season this year, which is the report which is showing, is that for the last 10 years, this is the highest number of tourists which are coming back. There is the plans for development in Kashmir is all over the globe. The media is, we know what all is happening. So therefore, there was a pressure on the people in Pakistan who are handling Kashmir affairs to show something, to make it, to give a semblance that there is no peace and the Kashmir issue is still on the boil. So we knew that this was happening, and this was just waiting to happen, just for the summers to come through. So and it happened. And the system of targeting Hindus or non-locals is very clear. It is not this. They are firing at Hindus or Kashmiri Pandits in Kashmir, but the target is to create communal disharmony across other areas in India. So it's very clear. The moment the Kashmiris or the non-Kashmiris Muslims have been targeted in the valley, this will have a repercussions in other parts of India. And that is exactly what is the plan. It is not restricted to whatever is happening in Kashmir Valley. It has deeper repercussions, and that is the plan which we must not fall. I saw the political reactions coming in, which is natural. I mean, these political reactions coming in, but we should not miss out on this bigger picture and the bigger game plan which is being played.
The government is accountable. That is also a larger picture. Certainly, if the violence may be perpetrated from across the border, but Dr. Ramesh Raina, at the end of the day, the government also has to, at some level, accept responsibility, because law and order, and the fact that there is a central appointee at as the LG over there in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, this certainly is going to raise some serious questions as to how, under such a situation where a BJP government is concerned, you're seeing the opposition reactions coming in, where they're squarely putting this at the doorstep of the centre.
See, we don't totally condone government. You see, the government has to take onus of what is happening at the moment. But the hard fact of the story is that it is a civil society and civil society institutions which have to come up, which have to rise to the occasion. Imagine if a terrorist was gunned down, even if a terrorist is gunned down, lakhs of people join his mourning and they offer floral tributes to that dead body. But imagine, so many people have been killed. How many people came and rose to the occasion and thronged the street, and they ought to have condemned what happened to Kashmiri Pandit minorities, but they did not do it. Therefore, the large onus of protecting Kashmiri Pandit minorities lies on the civil society and civil society institutions. If they don't rise to the occasion, that means that there is a crisis of secularism in the valley of Kashmir, because the secularism in the valley of Kashmir means majoritarian will. You must please remember this very hard fact. Kashmir politics was J&K politics was Kashmir-centric and Kashmir-specific.
Well, that may be changing. That may be changing. But the point is, at the end of the day, there are larger issues over here. And certainly, of course, we expect that all those involved in the security establishment will ensure the safety and security of Kashmiri Hindus and those from outside the state as well, who are currently working and living in the Kashmir Valley. I'd like to thank Colonel Dini, Ashwini Handa and Dr. Ramesh Raina for joining.